Hey guys, it is Maria from the Rebellious Studio in Sandy Springs. I am just doing some studying on Pilates. If you guys don't know yet, I am completely obsessed with Pilates and what it does for our body, mind, and spirit. And I was just reading or reviewing this book, Return to Life by Joseph Pilates, which was actually written in the mid-40s. But I have, my underlinings. I'm such a nerd. I underline and put notes. And I was just reviewing some of those. And I was reading. It's truly giving me goosebumps. And I just thought I would share some of the things that Joseph Pilates himself wrote about this book in terms of the benefits of Pilates, because I think he so brilliantly describes the method that he created. If you have ever experienced Pilates, through Pilates, and you know what goes into all of the details of each movement and exercise to get to that precise control. You know how much mind there is involved in this and how much all of the principle of Pilates play into this. So I just thought this might be kind of boring, but if you really listen through what he's saying, I personally think it's absolutely fascinating. And considering he wrote this in the mid-40s, and how relevant it is even to today. It's almost like he had one of those balls telling the future and what our lifestyles would look like, but just listening, okay? Contrology, so the original name for Pilates was Contrology because there is a lot of control taken into account with all of the exercises. Yes, Contrology is the complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. Through Contrology, you first purposely acquire complete control of your own body, and then through proper repetition of its exercises, you gradually and progressively acquire the natural rhythm and coordination associated with all your subconscious activities. This true rhythm and control is observed both in domestic pets and wild animals without known exceptions. It is absolutely fascinating. And for those people who have done true Pilates, you know that Pilates starts very, very slow. So for most of us, I was one of those people because I was a gym rat and I was used to intense workouts and how many calories you're going to lose and how long you're going to work and all that. My first Pilates session was, whoa, that is slow. And with the lifestyle that we're used, we're always rushed, we're always going, we're always in our head. Pilates is challenging because you have to stop and you have to listen to your body. And you have to know what you're doing before you do it. And it sounds really funny, but I know pretty much every client that I have can acknowledge this, will get into position and say, move. And people just stay and blink and go, I don't know how to move. And it's not any kind of sophisticated exercise, it's just move. And that has to do with we are so unaware, we go so much through the motion without thinking. And that is also why body, mind, and spirits are so integrated with Pilates. Then he also says, Contrology develops the body uniformly, corrects wrong postures, restores physical vitality, invigorates the mind, and elevates the spirits. Our bodies are slumped, our shoulders are stooped, our eyes are whole, our muscles are flabby, and our vitality extremely lowered, if not vanished. This is but the natural result of not having uniformly developed all of the muscles of our spine, trunk, arms, and legs in the course of pursuing our daily labors and office activities. Can you relate? Totally. If you faithfully perform your Contrology exercises regularly 4 times a week or for just 3 months, as outlined in Return to Life, that's the name of the book, you will find your body development approaching the ideal, accompanied by renewed mental vigor and spiritual enhancement. Contrology is designed to give you suppleness, natural grace, and skill that will be unmistakably reflected in the way you walk, in the way you play, in the way you work. You will develop muscular power with corresponding endurance, ability to perform arduous duties, and play strenuous games, to walk, run, or travel for long distances without undue body fatigue or mental strain. And this is by no means at the end. One of the major results of Contrology is gaining the mastery of your mind over the complete control of your body. And it goes on and on. Ideally, our muscles should obey our will. Reasonably, our will should not be dominated by the reflex actions of our muscles. When brain cells are developed, the mind too is developed. Teachers start with sense organs. Contrology begins with mind control over muscles. How freaking fascinating is that? I mean, I can just read the whole book to you because it is amazing. I thought there was one other thing that I wanted to share, but you know, it's so fascinating with all of the different modalities that are out there. There is so much emphasis on how many calories you lose. You know, as you guys know, I have a big problem of how much emphasis there is on, you know, working to lose weight versus moving, because it is healing and we need it in our daily lives. Our bodies were designed to move. And if we have a stressful day, we go to the gym and we have this crazy workout, which, you know, a lot of times if it's a crazy workout, it's going to tax our body and it's going to put additional strain on our adrenals, which in a lot of times we don't need more of that. We need a lot more of calming type of exercises. So Pilates is super slow, and in the beginning excruciatingly slow, but it also calms our nervous system. It gets us to slow down, it gets us to feel, and then every time, depending on what the body needs, you might get a kick-ass workout or may do more stretching. But it's always listening to the body, connecting to the breath. How many times when you work out do you really think about breathing, taking nice breaths all the way in and all the breath out? Oh my gosh, there's another quote. I don't know if I can quickly find it, that Pilates has on breathing. Lazy breathing converts the lungs, figuratively speaking, into a cemetery for the disposition of diseased, dying, and dead germs, as well as supplying an ideal heaven for the multiplication of other harmful germs. Breathing is the first act of life and the last. So just think about that. And breathing is one of the principles of Pilates. It takes time to integrate it. You know, none of the principles of Pilates come together all at the same time, which is why Pilates requires regular repetition. It requires starting slow. It requires being focused and being present to what you're doing rather than going through your to-do list while you're going through the exercises. And that's why there's so much integration of body, mind, and spirit. Anyways, this sounded probably nerdy, but I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. I know the reading was boring, but just listen to it again and truthfully think about what he's saying and how applicable it is for all of us, and how cool it is, especially I think how long ago it was written. So happy Friday, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Rebels. Talk to you soon.